Welcome back everyone. In this episode we're back on Roscoe's farm. He's deep into seeding, only a couple of days to go. It's been a good lead up, some good rain, so he's going to show us how it's all done. Stick around. Dryland farmers are a huge part of the Mallee economy, even if they don't always get the spotlight like some of the other industries. So we're just about to jump into the tractor and go and plant some beer. Roscoe's going to show us around the air seeder first.
Yeah, so this is called an air seeder, and the reason being it uses air to blow the seed and the fertiliser back to the drill, and then it gets drilled into the ground. So up the front here, we've got the fan that's spinning and it's blowing air through all these tubes. These are the metering cartridges, so we've got fertiliser and grain, and basically in these metering cartridges, which I can show you inside one, there's these little metering wheels, and so the fertiliser drops out of the box into here, that's spinning around, and that's determining our rate of how quickly the fertiliser drops into the airstream.
That's pretty cool.
So it drops into the airstream and then it gets pushed by the air through those tubes, through the hoses, all the way back on the drill, and it goes to our primary heads, which are those things that look like octopuses up the top there.
Yeah.
And then it gets blown down the secondary tubes down here, and it gets blown into the ground, and that's the fertiliser there.
Yeah. That's cool. And Roscoe, why has the barley got that pink colour to it?
So the barley's treated with two products. It's got a fungicide and an insecticide on it.
Yep.
So the insecticide's for Russian wheat aphid,
Yep.
which we've only just had come into the country, probably in the last within the last 10 years.
Yep.
And the fungicide's just for when the seed's sitting in the ground. It's obviously exposed to all the elements. So if it has to sit there for a little while, it stops the fungal spores from attacking it and helps it get up and going.
Now, which variety of beer are we going to end up with the barley?
So this is Maximus barley,
Yeah.
which last year Maximus went to the Cooper's Brewery in South Australia.
We won't say anything bad about the South Australians.
Well, it also gets made into Milo, I got told.
Milo,
so.
yeah, good stuff. Across the Mallee, dryland cropping underpins a massive slice of local production, including freight, machinery sales, fuel, storage, transport, agronomy and rural employment. Dryland cropping and grazing covers about 2.4 million hectares, which is more than 60% of the Victorian Mallee, which gives you an idea of just how much country is tied up in the industry.
We've got three bins on our air seeder, and we're putting 3 products down into the ground. The first bin at the front here is a fertiliser. So this is called sulphate of ammonia, and this is to get our sulphur and to get some nitrogen into the soil. The second product in the middle bin here is called, it's an MAP or mono ammonium phosphate, and it's also covered in zinc. So that's our phosphorus, which is vital for plant growth and for a healthy crop, and the zinc's for healthy root growth. And then the last product at the back here is of course our barley seed.
Beautiful. And there's that pink tinge that you were telling us about a moment ago.
Yeah, so the pink's the insecticide and fungicide, and that's on every grain.
Yep. Cool. Technology has also changed farming in the Mallee in a big way. Modern dryland farming is a long way from simply hooking up machinery and hoping for rain.
So this is our pre-emergent spray that we're putting out in front of the air seeder.
Yep.
There's about 5 different chemicals in there. Some are residual, some are knockdown, just to get the weed control.
Beautiful. Better go for a cruise.
So we've got two machines going in the paddock. We've got the sprayer going, and I'm obviously on the air seeder. I can't sow anywhere that hasn't been sprayed yet, so I've got a map here, and the grey area is where the sprayer is, and the red area is where we're up to. So that's how I know where I can go to.
Where you can and can't go.
Yeah, yep. So this is our guidance system. We're running what's called RTK, which is 2 centimetre accuracy. So we can basically, it's self-explanatory, we can put the seed within 2 centimetres of where we want it. The only restriction we have is the ground's not perfectly smooth and things move a little bit, so we do get a little bit of movement. But these two numbers here, so we've got two GPS receivers from the satellites, one on the tractor and one on the air seeder bar. The top one's the tractor, that number there, so it says that we're 9 centimetres, 8 centimetres, and the bottom one's our bar, which is 0 centimetres. So that means that the bar, the seeder, is exactly on the line where we want it to be, and the tractor's between 5, 8, 9 centimetres off. And basically the tractor compensates to keep the bar or the air seeder in the right spot.
Now, you were telling me earlier that you plant offset to where you planted last year?
Yeah, so we call the where the last year's crop, we call that the row, or the furrow.
Yep.
So we're on about 32 centimetre spacings.
Yep.
So basically this year we don't plant right in the very middle of the row, we plant 8 centimetres just off last year's row.
8 centimetres difference from where you were last year.
8 centimetres difference, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. and the reason being is, so last year where the row is, you've got a natural well where the rain, accumulates and the moisture accumulates. So in that well, it's going to be wetter than in between the rows. So we want to put the seed where the moisture is still. Yeah. We can't go on the row because the stubble will block up and it'll bunch up. So 8 centimetres just to the side of it.
Yep.
And next year we'll just go back 8 centimetres again. So,
incredible. Good on you, mate.
I just thought I'd talk about, we have to incorporate some of the chemical and the fertiliser, so it doesn't volatilise and we lose it to the atmosphere. So he's going 9.5 kilometres an hour, and that's the perfect speed to throw the soil and cover the chemical and the urea in the interrow. So you can see here as it goes past, it's throwing the soil and it's throwing it into the middle of the row, but it's not throwing it into where our seed is. So that's covering the chemical over and the urea. So when we get a rain, the urea will wash down and into the furrow where the seed is. And the chemical under there turns into a gas, and so any grass or weeds that germinate come up and they hit that gassy layer under there and they can't come through. So that limits our speed. If we go any faster, the soil throw will be too far and it will go into the interrow, and it'll affect the crop germinating through. So that's just a bit of an idea of why we go the speed we go. So there's moisture there. See, there's moisture there. But is the seed getting into it?
Hard to find.
It is, yeah. It should be there somewhere. That one. There it is.
Yep. Oh yeah. How cool's that?
There they are. So we're putting them that far down.
Yep.
Which, what's that? That's 10.
About that far?
Yeah, about that far. Length of my finger. And you can see where we're going into moisture.
Yeah.
There's moisture there.
Yep.
So if we were going between the row,
there'd be nothing.
Yeah, you can see there.
It's dry.
There's a little bit of moisture there, but it's pretty dry.
Whereas there, it's nice and damp still.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible? Because you look at the soil around here and you think it's just dry, and you only have to go down that finger's depth.
Yeah, and we probably are at our limit. Like, we're going as deep as what I'm comfortable to go.
Yep.
The deeper you go, the more energy it takes to get out of the ground, and it doesn't sort of get going as quickly. So.
Beautiful. We're going to jump back a couple of steps. So this is the first step before any of the seeding happens.
So this is what we call a prescription map for the paddock. So this is before the air seeder comes into this paddock. We pre-spread urea, which is our nitrogen requirement for the growing season. So I actually make these prescription maps back in the office well ahead before we get busy with sowing, and that way we load this map into the screen here. As you can see, this is the spreader screen.
Yep.
And then all you have to do is drive, and the spreader changes the rate according to the map. And the way I work this map out is I use previous yield data, I use soil tests, and I also use satellite imagery. Yep. And so the green areas here are the lighter, sandier hills, and they get a little bit extra nitrogen, and the yellow areas, the heavy flats, and they've already got more nitrogen and don't need as much sort of boosting up. So yeah, so this is a way we can regulate our fertiliser requirements specifically for each area in the paddock.
So you load your maps into the computer?
Yeah.
Load your bin, jump in the tractor, pour yourself a coffee, and it does the rest.
That's it. All you got to do is turn at the end.
Good on you, mate. Well, there you go. That's seeding on the Mallee farm. Big thanks to Roscoe for showing us around and how it's all done. Don't forget to have a look at outandaboutsunraysia.com.au, and if you enjoyed this video, have a look at that one up there. But be good, stay safe, and bye for now.